Hello.
Hello.
Hello. This is a collaboration video between PK Culture and I, where I ask him a bunch of silly questions. Some of them serious, some of them silly we answer. This is a part one to this this series, this very short series. Part two will be on my channel, while part one will be on his channel. So if you're wondering why it cuts off so abruptly, that's probably why. So, Hikiko Train. Everybody knows who you are. This will be on your channel, so everybody will know who you are.
Yes.
My name is Varista. I go by the username now called Abysmal Ball. I am a retired PSO player who still talks about PSO to this day because he's addicted and it fills his dopamine. So, I used to play a lot with PK Cotrain, so or, like maybe not a lot, but like enough to know him. And I do watch his streams all the time too. So
yeah, we played a few times actually. We played a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I helped you get some pretty good stuff too.
Well, we got the red ring together. Remember that?
That's right. We did.
Yeah.
We did.
You were there.
I was in fact there. I was in the party. Definitely not hitting the drop red box button from behind the scenes.
Oh man, no way. No, don't tell me that was you.
It was heavily influenced RNG, and the game was like, all right, this guy has some legends in here. We gotta get this guy the RR. He's been waiting long enough.
Man, that
one of the longest RR hunts I've ever seen in my life. Anyways, so we're gonna get to the questions here. So I have 20 questions, very even number. I try to keep it even.
Yes. Oh, so this is 20 questions then, right?
Yeah, basically, it's basically an overglorified 20 questions.
Yeah.
Except you don't ask me anything. I only ask you stuff.
Okay. Exactly. So the heavily one-sided 20 questions.
Yeah. So the first question is, Humor Fest was a hilarious thing to do, PK. What was your favorite part about Humor Fest?
Oh damn, that whole quest was hilarious, dude. Definitely my favorite part was the trivias that was implemented. Every like 10 seconds, like, and there's like a random fact.
You know that's like Hysteria, like making that too.
Yeah, I know.
You know that Hysteria did the entire thing. You can tell.
It was hilarious.
It reeks of Black Magic's entire like essence.
Yeah. It was hilarious. Like some of them were really ridiculous. But at the end though, when the dragon spawns in the soccer room and everything glitches out. That was
a pleasant surprise. That was a nice throwback to Phoenix Monks and I's testing in Dragon Soccer Lobby.
Oh wow! So you tested that before?
Yeah, that was actually me and Phoenix Monk testing that. I have a video on my channel called Dragon in Soccer Lobby, and it was us testing it over and over again. And I have a lot of unedited and like unuploaded clips of me freezing of my game FSODing because we tried to load the quest up and my game would freeze because it can't load where dragon is.
That's crazy.
We
didn't crash
into,
or anything.
Jungle and the dragon would be there and I would instant freeze.
We didn't crash, thank God.
I think I've FSOD'd more times in that quest testing that than I have ever FSOD'd ever in anything else.
It was pretty jank. Like I can imagine like you episoding. I'm glad we didn't though.
I'm glad that he got it to a point where it was playable.
We had like we fought like 3 dragons in that room. I think it was like 2 or 3.
I crashed at least like double-digit amount of times.
Oh my god!
I literally took it got to a point where I was like, all right, I'm just gonna take my Fomaro and like take everything off of her, and go into the quest with nothing on purpose. So wait, every time I FSOD, at least I'm not losing anything.
Oh my god! That's amazing, dude. No, but that quest is legendary. That was awesome. I'm it's understandable why it's not public, because it could crash people, but
Yeah.
I'm glad I was able to like play it at least once, because it was pretty amazing. So
It's a fun quest. It should be an April Fool's quest.
if that would be
It should
amazing.
be April
Yes.
Fool's quest, and then just put a notice on it that says like the caution may cause like crashing. Or
Yeah.
something.
Actually, I got super fooled last time they did April Fools, because they changed
Everything was TTF.
everything, was TTF, and
That was my idea.
That was yours? Oh my god, dude.
Yeah,
I literally got
Corey to do that. I told Corey to do that like 2 years ago, and they were like, "No, we're not gonna do it." And I'm like, "Are you sure? It would be pretty funny."
Oh my god, dude. I was literally like, it was like a stream day for me. I was like, you know what? Let me just get on PSO. I'm completely unaware of I don't really like follow like a lot of holidays like that. Like I just completely forgot it was April Fool's Day. So
Yeah.
I get on the game and I'm like, what the hell is this? So my stream was like kind of like, who wants to do free runs today? So I had to...
I noticed. I watched that stream that day, and you were all doing free runs. I'm like, this is what the game has come to. We're right back to version 2 all over again.
Oh my god, dude!
Everybody wants to do free runs because the only thing that they can run today.
It was I was like, man, this is such a big troll. That was very hilarious.
All right, next question. Why did you pick Humar, and do you regret the decision?
Wow. Okay, so Humar was, well, back when I played as a kid, that was my first class, because I used to play at a cousin's house, right? So right around, man, when did I start streaming PSO? It had to be like 2018, 2019. I don't remember too much of the exact date, but I was streaming it offline. Like I had no idea Shitac was like a thing, like the server itself. I was like streaming offline, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna play Humar because, you know, it's the class that I know. So I played it, and then right around the like level 40-ish, I was streaming, and I don't know, it was like just talking, and I was like, man, I wish you could play this game. I never got a chance to play this game online. I wish you can play. And then they were like, yeah, you can actually still play. I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean?
By the way,
I was like, what are you talking about? I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know you could play online. So so I worked on getting, I was still working at the time, you know. I had a Gamecube. I was streaming off my Gamecube, and I needed a broadband adapter, and I had to.
Oh God.
I had to buy one.
Times have changed, dude.
I had to buy a broadband adapter. So yeah, I went to a video game shop in Manhattan, because I live in New York. I went downtown, got one. Costed me $120, but I was very determined to get it.
Oh my god.
Actually, like that day, I looked at several game stores. Not a lot of game stores had it at that time. It was kind of weird. Like a lot of the retro shops, they didn't have it. And I finally found one. The place is called Video Games New York. It's like super downtown Manhattan.
Okay.
And I went there. I've been there before, so I already knew the place. It's like it's a very small shop. It looks like a little mini museum, because they have like glass up, and they have like a bunch of like shrines for like certain. I haven't been there in a while, so I don't know if they still do it that way, but that's what it looked like. Just like a little mini museum. They had like a whole Genesis section, and I went and I bought it. I dropped $120 for my broadband adapter. And yeah, that's the story of the Humar. I don't regret picking the character, even with all the knowledge that I know now of how, you know, weak the class is. Because there's I guess a meme around the character, like around the class itself. So
yeah,
you know, I've kind of stuck with it. You know, it's still, hunters are like still one of my favorite classes to play. I just made a Hugh cast. I don't really touch him too much, but he's like super strong for his level, so I kind of just one-shot things.
That's kind of how it is.
But yeah, I like Humar. It's just I wish they were just a little bit stronger, but yeah, it's fine. I don't regret my decision, not one bit, at all.
Not even spending $120 on a broadband adapter.
Well, you know, it's I see it
just in the end switch to Nintendo.
yeah. Well, you know, the Wii came later. I didn't have a Wii yet.
At the time, you didn't know you were gonna be.
Yeah, you know, you don't know this stuff when you first start. Like a lot of the new players, they don't know. They don't know a lot of
When I bought
stuff
my first
about that
broadband
stuff.
adapter, it was in 2010. I bought it for $45 off of Amazon.
Oh Jesus, man, that sounds.
Yeah, that was a lot to me though at the time because I was like I was 15, I think.
Oh, okay.
So that was a lot to me at the time. That was like 3 weeks of saving.
Yeah.
So
Compared
I don't
to
buy this little thing that I need to play online.
dude, it was so like even though it was $120, like I said, I was working at the time, and I was just like, you know what, let's do it. I want to do this. I was absolutely determined for it. And then like the knowledge of like, oh, you can mod your Wii and you can do this super easy for cheap. That came later. That came much later. And then once I modded my Wii, it was like that was it. That was it. My GameCube. I still have my GameCube, but I keep it in the living room, and I let my nephew play the game. I let him play it. You know, whenever he comes home from school, he'll play it sometimes.
Everything always comes after.
It's all a process, dude. First, look, like think about it like this. Like nowadays, what it was like a few months ago, I saw somebody like sign in the Shitak on a freaking Steam Deck. Like,
yeah.
I was like, what?
I've been seeing a lot of those guides on Reddit when I pop in every now and then.
Yeah, dude, like that blew my mind. Like I knew it was possible because the Steam Deck is basically
Steam Deck, bro.
Joe, I knew it was possible because the Steam Deck is basically like a PC, but now that we have like the tapless Dolphin build where you don't need to like do that whole process and you could just like download it and you could just play, I guess that made it possible, but I just didn't like see it, you know.
Yeah.
So when I go, I hop on Reddit and like some dude's like, hey, PSO online on a Steam Deck, and I'm like, what? I blew my mind.
Technology has gone too far sometimes.
Yeah. So like whenever somebody comes into my stream, I'm like, oh, I always give them like all the options, like whenever they want to join, and most of the time they'll choose the GameCube route because they already have one. But I always tell people like, you know, Wii's are super cheap. You could just like mod it. You know, you're set. You know.
And modding doesn't take any effort.
Yeah. I mean, but if you have a GameCube already, and you have a broadband adapter, I mean, yeah, that's a nice route. But yeah, you might as well do it. But yeah. But to go back to the question, yeah, I don't regret anything at all.
Fair enough.
If my only regret is I wish I would have worked on YouTube sooner, because that's not really a PSO thing though. Yeah, that's just my thing. I wish I would have like done more with like the progress of my character with you, like implementing that on YouTube.
Next question then.
Yes.
We have seen you on stream before and the reactions that the community has towards you. But how does the community react to you off of stream? Do you get hate mail? Do you find yourself struggling to find games? Or do you feel like you have the opposite effect?
No, I don't get hate mail. No, everybody's super.
You've never gotten hate mail?
I've never gotten hate mail before. No.
Not even from me as a joke?
Well, that's just jokes. Like, you know, like actual like.
Not even me texting you right out of the blue, being like, "You idiot, I hate you."
No, come on. I can tell the difference between like hate and like a joke, but like actual hate mail, no, dude. Everybody's super chill, man. Everybody's like I've never. I've never like experienced any type of hate in the community at all, and
That's good.
everyone's super nice, and I my thing is like I want to treat everybody nice, you know, even though I'm like not really on Discord a lot because I'm like working a lot, but like whenever I am on Discord, I try to like, you know, be as nice as possible and joke around. But, you know, nobody's shown me any like hate in any type of way, and everybody's nice, you know. I consider everybody a friend, you know.
That's good.
So yeah, everybody's super chill. Community's awesome.
All right, question, or next question. I don't even know what question it is. Humor not having shifted to ban is often said to level the playing field for the rest of the classes to catch up to them. Do you agree with this?
Yes, I agree. they would be well, that was like what, the Dreamcast thing, right? That's the whole Dreamcast.
Yeah.
They had shifted to ban.
When I was admin on Blueburst, I experimented with it too. I gave them shifted to ban level 15 back.
How did that work?
It was easily one of the best decisions I've ever made in regards to like making Humor good, like really good, because he was basically like 100 ATP lower at base level than a HuCast with no buffs, essentially.
Oh, so like, wait,
Yeah.
so level 15 shifted to ban gives them still less ATP?
No, well, it's actually more, honestly.
Oh, okay.
It's actually more like more power than a base HuCast.
Okay.
But like a base HuCast with the same buffs would still be stronger, obviously.
Okay.
But
I mean,
Humor's having that basically being slightly better than a HuCast at all times with Jonesler, with Resta, with other techniques.
okay.
You know, and with their ATA, you know, it's a huge deal. But it's only for Humars. So it makes Humars really strong, and then it makes like Q2 like even worse. And it makes Hukasil like even less popular. You know? It makes Humars super good, but it makes like even HuCasts I noticed were getting less play because Humars were just the easier class to play.
But the thing is like I feel like now the like at least for GameCube, like HuCast like overshadows like the Humor so hard when it comes to just raw damage.
Yeah, well, that was always the thing too.
Yeah.
Is a lot of people were saying like, well, this isn't going to change how many people play HuCast. And my response was always, well, it will, because when you're looking at the benefit versus risk and reward factor or whatever, right? Humars are very easy to play, they're very basic, but as a result of them being basic, they're weaker, right?
Yeah.
So, and HuCasts are harder to play generally speaking, but they're stronger, right? So what happens if you remove the stronger aspect from HuCast and give it to Humor? What happens if you make Humor as strong as a HuCast and then make them have no like real drawbacks?
Because the ice traps, like the freeze traps is like so strong, so I feel like giving Humor shifted to ban was like, I think they should have did that. I don't know why they took it away, honestly. But
because it did exactly what I said would happen, which is that HuCast players started to realize like, okay, like for most of the game can be soloed, and especially on Shithak, almost every quest was available in one-player mode, so you could literally go into one-player mode with like offline level enemies and do every quest in the game basically.
Yeah.
And so since you could do that, why would you play a harder class to play by yourself when you could just play an easier class and get the same result?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know? But like obviously in multi-mode it's a different story, because multi-mode you can't, I mean, you like Humor does better with it, but you can't solo everything in multi-mode.
Yeah. And then everybody's, you know, if you have a force in your team,
yeah, if you have a force, it's kind of a moot point, because everybody's
got level 30 shifted to ban at that point.
Yeah. so everything is still right. But at least as far as solo play went, it definitely made a lot of classes worse. It made Hunor really bad. It essentially just made Hugh Castillo like less popular than she already was. It made Hunor even worse. Admittedly, you can't fix Hunor. It's like impossible unless you give her like 250 material usage. You can't fix her. Even with 200, you can't fix her. Like we gave her 200, and you can't fix her with that. Like she's so terrible. But and then HuCast got a little bit less popular because everybody started realizing that you could just solo everything with Humor now. You don't need to play anything else. And like, I don't want to say like it made Rangers unviable too, because like Rangers are viable for their own reasons.
They're
like Rangers are viable for their own reasons,
Yeah.
but like even comparing like Humor to Raycast, even that like Humor was still becoming more popular than Raycast.
Yeah, but Rangers, they're different. They're just built different, man. Like you can't really, you have to
Built
compare
different.
them. Yeah, you have to compare the Hunters with the Hunters. Like you can't.
Yeah.
It's just no contest. The Rangers are they just have so much utility. It's bonkers. Like it's just too much.
Okay, next question. You started off as a Humor, but over the years of playing other classes, which have you come to appreciate and why?
Oh, okay. So, that's a good question actually. Forces, man. They're like the ultimate support. Like I feel like
They're super strong.
I feel like every team, like when you play online, just I don't know about want. I just need it, you know. Like if you want to do like a super hard quest, you just need a force. Forces for me, they're kind of difficult to play. I feel like they're hard to play for me. Like
they're pretty much required for all like end game-esque content too.
Every single player, like even like when I started doing like challenge mode, I just stay away from force because I feel like that's like a whole different skill gap.
It's
there.
really hard to play forces in challenge mode.
Yeah, so I appreciate anybody who's ever done challenge mode with a force because that's a really
it's
hard
a whole
class.
different level of skill sets that you need to learn.
And that's just
they're also really strong too, like just in general. Like this was something that I was exploring a lot when I was having to like think of ways that I maybe wanted to increase their strength on Blue Burst.
Yeah.
It was like, what's the best way to increase their strength on Blue Burst? Well, naturally the idea would be to like increase their tech damage. But when you think about it, like a 10% buff on any spell is actually pretty big, right? Like it doesn't sound big, but then when you're actually using it, like Fire Scepter Agni, for example.
Yeah.
You know, Fire Scepter Agni increases all your fire tech damages by like what, like 10%, maybe 20%, something like that.
I don't really know off the top of my head because I don't.
It's like 20%, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe less than that, but like 20% is a lot. Like you notice the difference. So like imagine if you like did like rather than like let's just say it's 20% just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
What if you made it 40%?
Oof.
And then and then by default you'd have to make everything else also be higher too. So you'd have to make magical piece like 80% to make up for it. That way it still has a huge gap, but then you just equip magical piece and you're dealing nearly double your damage, you know. And in episode 1, forces are easy to clear episode 1 because even though in multiplayer mode the resists are higher, they're so easy to kill everything. You just stand there and hold a button down and you're just killing everything in the room.
Yeah, dude, like
You know?
even like in seabeds, when you have like level 30 like Megid, and you just like everything there in that whole area is weak to it. So whenever I have a force in my team, that's like it makes it so much easier because everything just kind of just dies to Megid like so easily in that area. And that's like literally like one of like second to last area, like before tower. Like everything just dies.
Yeah.
But me playing, like I do have a force, but I suck. I suck with that character. Like I do like mostly support. I don't really do. I try not to like damage cancel, because a lot of people do that. They'll just like spam text, and I'm just like, I don't really want to take damage away from like the other hunters or rangers. So I'll just, you know, just allure everything, you know, just throw off a demons here and there, and that's pretty much it. That's it.
So the answer is forces.
Yes,
Okay.
all of them, all four.
Forces are more appreciated.
Yes.
Okay, next question is, when will you be starting your grind for the Steel J Sword? You are both a Humar and a Skyly, and you are therefore contractually obligated to do at least one run.
Okay, so that gets thrown around to me a lot. that gets thrown a lot. I've had a couple people say, you know, oh, when you're gonna do the Steel J Sword hunt?
Yeah, because you've been using that red sword for like literally ever.
Bro, this is like, no, red sword was like one of the first rares that I found. No, it was chainsaw. Chainsaw was the first.
Is it also one of those all or nothing 2 red swords too? That have like the insane hit.
Well, it has. I don't even remember how much hit this has. This one has 35. But I don't think it was all or nothing. It wasn't because.
Yeah, because I know those all or nothing red swords. I had on my Hukaseo before my memory card got corrupted. I had like a 50 hit one or like a 55 hit one or whatever. I got really lucky with all or nothing too, and I got like this like mega huge high hit one. So like I know a high hit one does a lot of work for sure, but you need that Steel J Sword, bro, and you need to unseal it. You need to join the TJ's Humor invasion,
I know.
dude.
Okay, so like, my thing about the hunt is that it's obviously a really hard thing to get. It's the drop rate is obviously garbage,
astronomically low. Yeah,
and it's in an area that I can't solo because I suck. so
just get good.
I don't know, man. Like, I'll need people to like hunt it with me because I can't. Like, I can't do.
Well,
maybe like offline, maybe, you know.
So also the thing about COJ Sword hunts that I see so often is that it's incredibly soul crushing, but not because you're not getting anything, but because everything that you're getting is like photon drops or like high level techniques or like Yamagarasus. You know, like that's all you're getting. You're getting everything else but the one thing. I see it so often. Like when I read I was like kind of lurking Aid's Aid he's a Bluebirds player on Infinium, and I was like lurking his progress on his COJ Sword hunt. He killed like 3, I think it was like a little over double the amount of Gigus that would have been like the average. So he like calculated the average for what you would need to kill in order to reach the drop rate on an average to get it, and he made like over double that. And he got several hundred photon drops, several of all of the other items in the tower drop table for Skyly, and only until like the very end of his character did he finally get it. Like he leveled up a character off of just PW4 spam, just the first 2 rooms. He leveled an entire character off of it. He leveled, I think he said his Ramar was like level like 120 or something, and he got him like 194 off of it, just spamming it. And I'm like, that's the most soul crushing thing I've ever seen in my life, dude. And I see that so often. Like that's the one thing about SJS hunts that is so that I think turns off so many people. Is like it's just so annoyingly bad. It's so soul crushing in every way.
Yeah, that's why I haven't really done it. Just hunted it with a team,
in
right?
A group. Yeah. You might be able to do a lot easier than.
Oh man. Yeah, maybe like if I ever get a full team, I'll just be like, hey, who wants to do tower? And I'll just like Just start inviting people, I guess.
Okay, next question. Which is better, pineapple on pizza or no pineapple on pizza?
Oh god, disgusting. No. Oh god, dude. Please. Come on.
It's so disgusting. It's so unbelievably gross. I hate it.
I don't like pineapple in general.
It doesn't. It's not even within the same flavor profile. You know,
Okay, so
like
this
other
is the thing.
toppings at least have a similar flavor profile, but pineapple is too sweet.
But in general, like fruit in general on pizza is like I don't agree.
Right? Yeah.
I don't agree with it.
But I don't know any other fruit that goes on pizza. I'm sorry, I've never heard of anybody putting like apple slices on pizza. You know. That's the only fruit I've ever heard anybody put on pizza before, and it's so bad. I hate it.
So
the only thing that comes remotely close to it is a fucking vegetable, and it's tomatoes. The tomatoes are good as hell on
that's different
They're
though.
good as
But
hell
like,
on pizza.
cause like vegetables, they're not sweet. You know, it's really weird, man. I don't know. I live in a heavily Italian like neighborhood, so it's just like if I walk, I feel like if I ever walk, I feel like if I walk into a pizzeria in Little Italy and
sprinkle some pineapples on a pizza you order,
I'm going to get a lot of looks.
If you come in with a can of Dole pineapple chunks, you're in for a bit of a beating.
Yeah, like I don't even see, like whenever I walk into a pizzeria in my neighborhood, I don't see pineapple as a choice ever. Like I don't.
Oh, God.
I just don't see it.
Dude, I bet Kayak has nightmares about pineapple.
Yeah, he actually he came to my he comes to my neighborhood once in a while, and there's like a ravioli place that he
oh, does he actually?
Yeah. I've met up
he
with
has
him.
He has yet to visit me at all. What a fucking
well,
dickhead.
he lives super close to me. That's why he lives like a 15-minute drive away. Like he's like across the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pineapple pinaise, dude. Pineapple pinaise.
No pineapple.
It never gets old.
I do not agree with the pineapple on pizza.
Next question. Are you thinking about getting into quest development to create your magnum opus, Lost Where Dim Slicer?
Oh my god.
You should literally only do that. If you do anything else, make Lost Where Dim Slicer.
Oh god, dude.
Make it in challenge mode.
In challenge mode.
Challenge mode monster stats, challenge mode levels, challenge mode area, and then make like Hopkins kill himself on it or something.
Oh god. And
have you ever even thought about getting into quest development, honestly?
Not really. I know the program. I have it downloaded just to like mess around with it, but it's so complicated.
Like a lot of people. A lot of people have it downloaded just to mess.
It's just so complicated, and I don't really have
It's the least user-friendly program for the entire game.
I just don't have the time to like just sit there and just you know learn this.
That's kind of yeah. That's like, kind of the thing though. Is like a lot of people download it and then they like are very eager to get into it, and they're like, all right, I'm gonna open it, and then they open up the thing and they're like, and then they're messing around with it. And then they look at the script and they just see an empty script and they see what you have to write in, and they go, "Yeah, f that. I'm not doing that."
No,
right?
it just
and then they just never
requires,
do it.
Like it just requires too much time. And
thankfully, Kayak's and Corey's video about quest editing and like making a basic quest that helps a lot. It does. But it's also very like here's just how you do it, right? And not any like real tips or tricks, you know.
It feels like it just feels like you're taking a course in like college.
Which there's nothing wrong with that, but there is a lot more to know than just like, hey, this is how you do this and this is how you do that, and then you sit there and you wonder like, okay, well, in what way can I accomplish this? You know, in what way can I accomplish this easier? You know. There are a lot of ways to do shit in quest edit. In quest edit.
Yeah.
where it can either be really hard for you or really easy for you. And a lot of those methods are not known.
No, I'm glad they made that series though, because I don't think there's any other video that explains what it is or how to use it. At least to my knowledge.
There's one from like Rika PSO like way back in the day on Blueburst, but it was only for Blueburst.
Okay.
And it was on Ultima, and I only just recently discovered it like a month ago.
Oh, wow.
I was looking around, and it was a video from like 2009.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so old. I'm like, holy crap, this is so old. And he does a good job. Like he doesn't talk any. He literally uses Notepad and types in Notepad to tell you everything.
Oh, like most videos in 2009. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's from like this really old ripped like Unreal Video or whatever like it was. What was it? Fraps. Yeah, it was like from Fraps.
Oh, the Fraps videos.
Yeah.
I see. Yes, of course.
It's super dated.
Oh man. But I just don't see myself learning that anytime soon, or if ever.
That's totally fair. Next question. What is your next S rank weapon going to be, and what will you be naming it?
So I don't really have a plan on, like, I don't know what my next S rank is gonna be, because I have most of the ones that I have right now. Maybe get another. I do want to do more episode 2, but maybe I want to get like another slicer, maybe.
You should get a cane weapon.
A cane.
and call it either Candy Cane or Co. So it could be called
Candy Cane.
So it could be. We'll call it Co. C-O. Say it out loud. C-O.
C-O?
No, like it's spelled
cocaine.
C-O.
Oh, cocaine. I was like, wait.
Phoenix Wong has that in his bank on one of his characters, and I absolutely adore it.
The S ranks that I have, they were all named by viewers. Like, I'm really bad at coming up with names, so.
Fair enough.
The first one
so
I got.
So that's why they all suck. Okay.
the first one was the Weredim. That one was named because.
The most famous.
Yeah, that one was named because the entire challenge mode run, we were joking around like where the dim like special weapons at, because we had like a ranger. So like the entire run, we were just like where dim. So I named it where dim. The second one was called Horrible. What was it? Horrible Needles. I think that was, whose idea was that? I think that was Apex's idea. I think it was Apex, but I don't really remember. I think in that one we desynced like at the end, and we completed it. it was horrible. So then there was the other launcher, the other S rank I got, it was a launcher, and I think it's called Lunch Launcher for some reason. I don't remember why. I just named it that. I think it was another viewer's idea to name it Lunch Launcher for some reason. I think I don't have a special on it yet though. I think I'm gonna put the Berserk and then give it to like my Raycast or something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't have the necessary PDs for that right now. I just added a special to my needles. I put Hell on my needles and then give it to my Raycast.
Nice, classic.
But yeah, next S rank, it really depends if I want to do maybe like episode 2 again. Episode 2 is kind of Demon's Needles. Yeah, Demon's Needles. I guess that's
Arrest Slicer or J Cutter, whichever. And
yeah, those are good too. Yeah.
Zalur Shot or Zalur handgun.
Oh
That's a
yeah.
good one too.
Actually, no. I do have that. I have that already. What did I name that? Oh no. I have the desync story was for my shot because it's called desync shot. Yes. Okay, now I remember. I do have, so I have four rest ranks. I can't believe I forgot about the shot. I have, that one has Zalur on it, and it's called desync shot. The horrible one, I don't remember why I named it that, but I do think it was Apex's idea, if I remember correctly.
Fair enough. All right, next question. If you had any advice for any newbie PSO players that were just joining, what would your advice be?
Oh wow. Just, you know, join the Discord and say hi, you know, make some new friends.
Have fun.
Have fun. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, we're super nice. Everybody's super chill in the community. And if they have like, I know it's like it'd be a little confusing at first, but if you have like any questions, you can like, you know, just type it out on Discord and somebody will get to you, you know. Everybody's very helpful here. So don't be shy. Yeah, and choose your preferred way of playing the game. We have what? GameCube, Wii, some people play on Wii U, Dolphin, Steam Deck.
Steam Deck.
Yeah, just you know, don't be shy.
Phone from 2001, you know.
Oh god.
All right,
Wait.
This is the end. This is the end of part 1.
Wait, before we end, I was just I think Kayak was testing episode 3 on like his Android or something like that.
This is the end of part 1. Stay tuned for my upload of part 2 coming after PK uploads this version, this first video. This is totally not an awkward outro.
Very awkward indeed. But we'll see you next time on his channel.